Tabitha, let's go with your choice here.
Yeah, so I went for the Housing Tzar controversy. So even when you go back to earlier this year when James Brown did his interview with Niamh Horan in the Sunday Independent, and he said that he was going to appoint this maverick who was going to kick down doors and he would help solve the housing crisis. So big promises that were coming out of James Brown, like right out from the start when he was appointed as housing minister. So a lot of people are going, okay, is this a different approach? Is this somebody who has a bit of momentum behind him? And then the name Brendan McDonagh was put out there. I think you in your former life had broken that name. And there was multiple reasons why this went down really badly. Firstly, I think because Brendan McDonagh's salary, it was anticipated he was going to retain the salary that he had as the CEO of NAMA, which was €430,000, huge salary, plus benefits. So that was the first thing. So opposition not happy about that. But also there was a question of why do we have this Housing Tzar in the first place? Is this not your job, James Brown, as housing minister? So again, criticism from that angle. But then also it was the row between Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, because Fine Gael felt that they were out of the loop, that James Brown had selected Brendan McDonagh as his preference. This was the fella that he wanted for this position, but there was no consultation with the leaders, and I think Fine Gael's nose was a bit out of joint in relation to that. And then Brendan McDonagh ended up withdrawing his name by May, that he said, no, I don't want to be a part of this anymore.
In assessing the winner here, I was guided by the fact that two of you went down the housing route as yet again the big policy issue of the year. And in both cases, you seem to have identified problems with a new minister coming in and being unable to politically and effectively pass a resolution and bring it across to the public in a way in which people could actually understand what was going on. I'm going with Tabitha's because it was just... It's so symbolic of this entire year, which did seem to be, whatever about a do-nothing Dáil, it seemed to be a bit of a do-nothing government in terms of getting off to such a slow start. So, Tabitha, we're giving you that one on the controversy of the year.